Oh wow! Look at that! Would you look at it?
I feel so strong and
I feel
powerful.
it in my veins. Oh my goodness! Hello, I am Dylan Sanders. You can find me on Twitter at Dilly Sanders, and then of course, across from me, right there, is Ross Jackson. You find him on Twitter at Ross Jackson Nola. He got his coffee today.
It's empty. I don't have it anymore.
Well, we know what you're doing over the break.
Probably. Oh man, what a day it has been! We get to start off with the big news of the day today.
Yep.
Which is great. So, well, first of all, of course, you can follow Dylan on Twitter, Dilly Sanders, myself, Ross Jackson Nola, Full Press Radio at Full Press Radio, where we do dumb polls all the time. Did we do a poll yesterday?
No, we didn't.
We should do a poll today. What should our poll today be?
It'll come up.
We'll figure it out. Okay.
We'll figure it out.
Oh, I know exactly what our poll should be. We'll do it when we get to the conversation. In the second half hour. That's a good one. I know exactly what this is going to be. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get started today's episode. Dylan and Ross Save Sports, Full Press Coverage, Full Press Radio Network. Carson Wentz got traded.
Is that what we're starting off with? Not favorite thing from Twitter, or
we can start off with favorite thing from Twitter. I want to get into the news, man, because I'm excited about that move. But do you have a favorite thing from Twitter today?
I did.
Go for it.
It's actually a favorite thing from Reddit.
Oh wow, I haven't been on a Reddit site in a long time.
I go on Reddit a lot, but it is a ranking. It said someone went and ranked NFL teams by how many schools how many high schools they share their name with.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay.
So at number 1 with 1,392.
Mm-hmm.
Any guesses at what the most common is?
John Adams. Booker T. Washington.
No, do you understand? The mascot name what NFL mascot is the most common by a large margin?
Oh, I know what it is. I think I know what it is.
What is it?
Is it the Broncos?
It is not.
Oh, all right.
The Broncos are nowhere near the top of the list.
Well, I didn't know it. What I meant to say when I said I know what it is, what I meant to say is I have no idea who it is.
And number 1 with 1,392 is the Eagles.
Oh, that was my other answer. Damn it.
The Eagle is the most popular high school mascot in the country by a staggering amount, with almost 500 more schools than the second place, which is the Tigers. But in the NFL, with 819, it's the Panthers.
Wait, who are the Tigers in the NFL?
I'm just overall.
I see. Okay. Wow. So they're even as just as an NFL team, they're more popular than even the non-NFL teams by that much. That's wild. You said the Panthers were third?
Yes.
Where are the Patriots?
Near the middle.
Near the middle? Oh, okay. I thought they would be a little bit higher.
Eagles, Panthers, Lions, Falcons, Vikings, Rams, surprisingly, Cardinals, Raiders, Patriots, Bears, Jaguars, Titans, Chargers, Saints, Broncos, Chiefs, what was formerly the Washington football team's name.
Yike. Gross.
Cowboys, Buccaneers, Colts, Seahawks, Bengals, Dolphins. Surprisingly, only 24 schools with the Dolphin as their mascot.
Wow.
Jets, Giants, Packers, Texans. Unsurprisingly, all of these teams are in Texas. There are 4 Steelers.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
1 Bill.
Not Bills. Not Bills. Just Bill.
The Browns got half a point because there are Reds, Greens, Blues, but no school wants to be a Brownies. However, I am willing to grant half a point for the Brownies of Agawam, Massachusetts.
Shout out to the Agawa, Massachusetts.
And then the
Brownies.
only team without any high school counterpart is the 49ers.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There's a 26 minors. There are 26 minors. 2 76ers, a 59ers, and even a 613s, but there are no 49ers.
613s. That's got to be 613 has to be the area code where that team is, right?
Probably.
Gotta be. It's gotta be. I was actually surprised to hear the Saints as high as they are on that list, which I know is not very high, but I was surprised to hear them higher than like Dolphins, for instance.
Ottawa.
That's what I was thinking. I don't know. Ottawa Saints. Yeah, that's a really cool one. I like that. That's pretty dope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fan of all that. You have a performance of the day as well.
Performance of the day, Damian Lillard.
Yeah, man. Dude is clutch.
Naomi Osaka.
Actually. That was going to be mine. Was Naomi Osaka. But Dame Lillard's quite clutch. But, Naomi going down to break point 2-0 to love, and then coming back and storming back like she did. Incredible. Just incredible. She was awesome.
And then never let up from there.
No, once she got her serve down, it was like, we're done here. Oh. She didn't even like look at Serena the entire match.
Can I give a worst performance of the day?
Sure.
It's not even the worst performance. I'm gonna go ahead and give Russell Westbrook the award for least impressive triple-double of all time.
So 10, 10, and 10?
It was 12, 12, and 13. But he went 5 of 15 from the field, 0 of 2 from the three-point line, and 2 of 6 from the free throw line. With 5 personal fouls and 8 turnovers. Almost a quadruple-double. So just least impressive triple-double of all time, I would say.
Yeah. Not a lot to hang your hat on there, Russ.
But no, I mean, Damian Lillard, what can you say about Damian Lillard? 43 and 16. Ugh.
Insane.
And shout out to Zion. Dude, Zion's been different.
Dude, averaging, what is it? Over 50% and over 25 points per game over the last 5 games. First time in NBA history.
Yeah.
Insane. He's been remarkable. And Brandon Ingram had a nice game last night too, but not enough. Defense, always a defense. Still a defense problem. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they've been really good. We had a really nice couple of games last night, actually.
Yeah.
In the NBA. But that was kind of the big one for sure. All right, let's jump into the big news from today. Carson Wentz gets traded. We knew that the spots that were going to be the most likely landing spot for him were, the Indianapolis Colts, the Chicago Bears, and the New England Patriots. And he ended up going to the Indianapolis Colts, to no true surprise, I think, there. But I think the compensation was a bit surprising, was it not?
Yeah. Also, Ross, they came with the Bears and never even gave an offer.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And so Carson Wentz is just like a consolation prize. So if you think about that, it's not really surprising that it was not that much to offer after waiting this time, because they also the Colts were also in on Derek Carr, but they heard affirm that he's not available from Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
So then they moved their efforts to Carson Wentz. So no one really wanted Carson Wentz, but they had to get somebody, I guess.
Yikes. So right now, the compensation matches this story, by the way, because the Colts only gave up a 3rd-round pick for this year.
And a conditional 2nd-round pick for next year.
Right, which can turn into a 1st-round pick next year. But
if he plays for 75% of his snaps, it will be a 1st-rounder.
Which, will he? I'm going to go look at his snap percentages over the last couple of seasons to see where he's been on this. So in terms of offensive snap percentage over the last 3 years, 66% in 2018, 99% in 2019, 72% in 2020. So In 2 of the last 3 seasons, he hasn't hit the 75% mark. In his Pro Bowl season in 2017, he did hit that mark, but only at 78%.
Mm-hmm.
And that came after his rookie year or his 2016 season where he played 100% of snaps. So it's a pretty good condition. Of course, for the Colts, like they're going to want him to play, right? They would love for him to play 75% of snaps. There's not going to be any, hedging your bets with 75% of snaps when it comes to your starting quarterback, right? Mm-hmm. Sean Militello with a question here: is Wentz better than what they had in Rivers? He also clarifies by saying, "I say so. I think it's a good fit." I think it's a good fit too, as long as they can get Carson Wentz to throw the ball underneath. So I think they can get him to expand his game a little bit to support guys like Paris Campbell and receivers out of the backfield and things like that. Then I think it's going to be fine. I think he's with a good coach, a good defense, a good offensive line, nice young weapons that are cheap and allow you to continue to build around him for the next couple of years. I do think that it's a good fit. And I do think it's a better fit than what they had in Rivers. What do you think, Dylan?
I would say at worst, it's a lateral move.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Me and Ross have not been the biggest Carson Wentz guys. I don't
very, very lukewarm on Carson Wentz.
But he's not terrible. There was a good point mentioned on the Mina Kimes' podcast.
Yeah.
About how poorly he does in the short yard game, which is unfortunate because they have Naheem Hines, they have Paris Campbell, Michael Pittman Jr., and he's just bad at short yardage throws.
Yeah.
So hopefully he can improve.
Yeah, and shout out to Benjamin Solak, who is the reporter that was being interviewed there. Great guy, awesome guy, does really good work, and covers the Eagles as well as the draft over at the Draft Network and at Locked On. So he's awesome and came through with some really good information there. And yeah, I think that was one of the things that really stood out for me is how well can the Colts shift the way that they want to play, or how much can they adjust Carson Wentz with really good work, right? Like in terms of working on Carson Wentz, and you've got good coaching, you've got Frank Reich, you've got a good quarterback coach there. You even have a pre-existing relationship with Carson Wentz to that point. So which one is it going to be? Is it going to be the offense adjusting to Carson Wentz, or is it going to be developing Carson Wentz to fit into the offense that wants to be able to throw underneath, that wants to be able to support run after catch ability of their receivers out the backfield and at the wide receiver position? Which one is it going to be? I think that's going to be the interesting thing to watch. But I do think that the Indianapolis Colts have the coaching, the front office, and the pieces around, and a defense that will allow Carson Wentz to adjust his game to fit a little bit more of what Frank Reich and those guys want to be able to do with the Indianapolis Colts and with him under center. So thanks for the shout out, TK.
Thanks for the shout out, TK. We'll have to get you in here whenever we. He's the host of the I Need a Mulligan podcast over on the Full Press Radio Network.
Yes.
So we'll have to get you in here. And we'll have to just get you in here whenever there's some Packers stuff to talk about.
Yeah, for real.
And hopefully.
And there will be.
And there will be. So
because the Packers are going to be very good for a while.
Yes.
Absolutely. Oh,
man.
But yeah, I like the fit for the. Oh, absolutely, homie. I like the fit definitely for Carson Wentz being there with that coaching staff, and I am all about the compensation that Indianapolis gave up to get him. Like, they really didn't risk anything. Now the big question is, what do the Eagles do at the quarterback position?
Jalen Hurts, baby.
It's got to be Jalen Hurts.
You gotta give him a year.
Come on. Like, I've seen so many people talk about, all right, time to trade up and draft a quarterback, or draft a quarterback at 6. Everything. Like, just give the guy a chance. Like, before you traded Carson Wentz, part of what pissed him off in the first place is that you benched him for Jalen Hurts, and Jalen Hurts went on to get you a win against the number 1 defense in the NFL that week. Now, that's a small sample size and everything. I get that, but get yourself a larger sample size. Treat yourself to the whole appetizer, the whole damn meal for a second, as opposed to just giving you a sample and then trying to move on. Like I'm all about giving Jalen Hurts an actual shot.
No, it's frustrating to already see people give them Trey Lance. Like, also
what's
Trey
the
Lance.
difference?
What is literally what's the difference?
Like you already have a better Trey Lance probably at this point, right? In terms of because Trey Lance is going to have to develop when he gets to the NFL, more than likely.
And you're not going to draft him at 6 to develop behind a second-year quarterback.
Right, who already knows your system, who already knows how to call the offense that the players around already like. At that,
Devonta Smith or Kyle Pitts and call it a day.
Give him another weapon. Absolutely. Could you imagine if he like got to start his first year as the quarterback with Kyle Pitts as a part of that offense, along with Jalen Reagor and some of these other guys, actually being able to take advantage of what Jalen Reagor gives you in the short and intermediate field, and having Kyle Pitts to do? Oh my goodness.
You know what, Sean? I love Jalen Hurts too. We are a pro Jalen Hurts podcast
for real.
And we always have. We have been consistently.
We have, yes, yeah. Well, I was all about when we were doing draft coverage for the Saints last year. I was all about take a shot, see what happens, man.
Give us our mans.
Yeah, so we're all about Jalen Hurts, and I do think that he deserves to get the opportunity next season. There is a reality in which you draft. Later on, you draft a Kyle Pitts, you draft a Jamie Newman, a Felipe Franks, one of these other guys in the class a little bit later, so that you have maybe somebody to try out. But I would go and grab like a veteran in free agency, go and get you a Chase Daniel to be behind Jalen Hurts, and have another veteran there to give him some feedback and help him develop, and then see what you've got in him, as opposed to just like counting him out without ever really giving him a shot.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so frustrating to see.
Yeah. And oftentimes, like NFL franchises don't trade their starting quarterback unless they have a plan in place already or they're getting the plan in return.
It's not like, okay, yeah, we're going to trade Carson Wentz because we're at 6. We'll probably be able to get a quarterback we
want. Right. Especially
in this draft.
Right. Like, imagine they get jumped at 5. Or not even, they wouldn't have to get jumped at 5. The Falcons could draft somebody at 5, and
at 4. The
Falcons at 4.
Okay, it could very much happen. Look, we see Trevor Lawrence go first, Zach Wilson at 2, apparently. Justin Fields we could see Justin Fields go at 4, and then at 5, if someone jumps up, it was like, all right, well, all the quarterbacks are gone. I might as well go ahead and jump up for Trey Lance.
Yep. Like the Washington football team could jump up for Trey Lance at 4. Like there's
the New Orleans Saints could jump up for.
Stop it. Stop it. Could you imagine a jump from 27 to 4? I mean 28 to 4? Jesus.
We're gonna be calling Trey Lance 4 firsts.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, like I just don't see that. I don't think that you like take the chance of maybe getting your guy at 6 after trading away your franchise quarterback. You know what I mean? You don't do that. So I think they like what they have in Jalen Hurts, and he'll get that chance. He'll get that shot.
Mm-hmm. Man, what a day.
What a day.
I'm glad it finally happened.
Yeah, me too.
I'm glad it was to the Colts and not the Bears.
Me too. So this is something I was talking about from like the Saints' perspective, is that Carson Wentz going to the Indianapolis Colts is best case scenario for the New Orleans Saints, who are trying to make sure that they hold on to Jameis Winston.
Uh-huh.
Crazy. Try to hold on to Jameis Winston. And now the biggest competitor essentially to sign him is now off the market, right? They have their quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of having money, young offensive weapons that are cheap and can continue to build around Jameis Winston throughout the next couple of years, have a functional offensive line with very good pieces, and have a very good defense with excellent pieces. The only team that has all 4 of those things is the Indianapolis Colts. The Saints don't have all 4 of those things because they don't necessarily have the money that Indianapolis does have, but they have money and they'll be fine. Stop it. They'll be fine. And so it's like now the Saints are kind of back in the driver's seat as the best possible landing spot for Jameis Winston, including familiarity with the coaching staff, familiarity with the system after spending a year in it. Sean, he says, "Don't judge me, but Trey Lance is my favorite prospect in the entire draft." We're not going to judge you. Not going to judge you.
Speak for yourself, Rob.
I'm not going to judge him because if he's your favorite prospect in the draft, it's probably because you see traits that you like, and you can acknowledge that he's developmental, right? The reason why I point this out is because what Sean didn't say is, don't judge me, but Trey Lance is the best prospect in the entire draft. You know what I mean? Like, that's a very different take than he's my favorite because he's got traits that you like, or he's got pieces that you like, or he's got skill set that you like. I'm all about that, but it is definitely going to take some time.
Nola fan here as well. I met my wife in Nola, so I have a lot of love for the Saints.
That's so dope. That's so dope. I love a good New Orleans love story.
Yeah.
Shout out Issa Rae.
Shout out. I was just about to make that joke, Ross.
Shout out.
We really are the same. We really are the same person, Ross.
We really, really, really are. Man,
I think Jameis could be the man. Could be the man with Peyton calling the plays. I completely agree.
I think so too. I mean, look, he's gonna have to throw underneath. He's gonna have to throw to the short and intermediate area. You're gonna see Sean Payton kind of go back to his blend of like Air Coryell and West Coast offense, to where you're going to see all the short intermediate routes, the swing passes, the screen passes, those types of plays, things like that. The wing route, or not wing routes, excuse me. Oh, Princess and the Frog. That's another really good Louisiana love story. I'm not mad at that. Y'all from Shreveport? Yeah. The wheel routes out the backfield, like you still see all of that, but now all of a sudden you'll see those vertical routes and all go special instead of the end of the vertical stem stopping at the 15-yard line down the field, 15 yards from the line of scrimmage. They'll go 20, 30, 40 yards down from the line of scrimmage because you can push the ball deep. So that's where it opens back up to the 2014, 15, 16 type of Sean Payton play calling, as opposed to the more recent 2017 and on. Mm-hmm. That's what I really like about it.
Yeah, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. I know. Man. I would urge people to go. Also, since y'all are, we got some Saints love out here, and I would urge people to go listen to the Locked On NFL Tuesday edition to hear.
Did you listen to the show?
I haven't yet, but I know that you talk about the cap space and how to fix it.
Yeah. It's so funny, like, to look at somebody in the face and say, yeah, the Saints will be fine with the salary cap. They just have to restructure 5 people, extend 2, and then maybe cut 4, and then they'll be fine. And for a lot of people, that sounds like oh my God, that's so much. But for the Saints, that's light work. You know what I mean? And cutting 4 of those players, as you would hear in there, doesn't come down to like the big name free agents and stuff like that. So we fixed the cap in like 3.5 minutes.
So go listen to the Locked On NFL Tuesday edition with Ross and Luke Braun.
Luke Braun might be one of the smartest people I've ever talked to in my life.
I see how it is, Ross.
I said one of. Clearly, you. Oh, y'all, I hurt Dylan. I didn't mean to hurt Dylan. I was trying to give my friend Luke a compliment. Damn.
I like this format more, so I don't actually have to like leave and go get out of the room.
Right,
I can I can just turn myself. Or Ross, if you hurt me, I could go ahead and turn you off, and then it's just a me show. I can take control over how much Ross is begging to get back in here. All right, okay, Ross.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I love it, man. I love it. And now you have control over everything, which is also super dope. But yeah, we did have fun. We fixed the Saints cap. We fixed Philadelphia's cap, which included trading Carson Wentz. So hello. We fixed the Raiders cap, which is mad easy. Like, trade Derek Carr, done. Or keep Derek Carr, trade Marcus Mariota, and then a couple of other moves. It's really fun stuff. And then we also fixed on the Rams cap as well, which was a lot more intricate. Took a little bit more work, but Luke, again, doing a great job there. So really good stuff. We did see a pair of releases in the NFL today. The Atlanta Falcons moving on from their starting safety, as well as one of their defensive ends, Ricardo Allen, starting safety, and Alan Bailey. So that saved about $10.2 $7 in salary cap space. The reason why I bring that up is because across the NFL, we also saw a change in what the floor of the salary cap is going to be in 2021. It's no longer $175 million, but the floor is now $180 million. $5 million doesn't sound like a lot, but that's a first-year contract for a major free agent on a scaling or escalating contract. That's a big deal for these teams. And again, that's just the floor. So it could actually be higher than that. Some folks are even estimating as high as $185 to $188 million instead of $175. That would be good news for a lot of teams across the NFL.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They have one safety on the roster now, Ross.
One safety?
Yeah, the Falcons.
Keanu Neal? No, because he's Keanu Neal?
No,
he's a free agent.
It was I forgot the dude's name, but it was not a starter.
Oh, I bet I know who it is. Oh my goodness, what is his name? He used to play for the Saints.
I don't think so.
Not the one. That's not the same one I'm thinking about.
I would have known the name.
Yeah,
if it was for the Saints, or maybe not. And okay, gotta. I'm on the Falcons website for the first time ever now.
Disgusting. I'm just kidding. Just joking. Yeah, Sherrod Niesman.
Was it Sherrod Niesman?
I think so. Sherrod Niesman is the only other safety, unless it's Jalen Hawkins.
It was Jalen Hawkins. He's the only one under contract still.
Dang. Jalen Hawkins is really incredible because he's like 6'4", 6'5", something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It is nuts.
Yeah. So you gotta assume that they're going to be going after someone's in the draft early.
Oh yeah.
And who?
Yeah, that's a good question. Because they draft at 4.
4, so they're not going to go after safety there.
Mm-hmm.
So in the second round, that's whenever we could see like a Javon Holland, a Richie Grant,
yeah.
If they want to do it all guy, Trevon Moehrig, if he's still there.
Yeah. Jeez. Well, this is definitely the draft class that loses safety. Sean asked about whether or not trading Carson Wentz saves the Eagles any cap, or is it dead cap? They take on a total of $33.8 million in dead cap space for him. They do return themselves a little bit of money, but still, I mean, you're on the hook for $33.8 million of this dude's contract after trading him. It's pretty wild. For a 3rd-round pick and a 2nd-round pick next year.
Maybe a first.
Perhaps a first.
Not ideal.
Not at all. The Eagles look like... Yeah, I mean, that's a ton of dead cap. They might have saved a little bit by trading him, maybe around $15 million on top of what they were already paying for him. But yeah, it's a rough deal for sure. Rough deal. All right, let's go ahead and hit our break over on the audio side. We're going to remain here live with you on videos. Feel free to drop more questions, things like that. This is usually our bonus time for our video watchers. But when we come back, we're going to have the actual GOAT talk, the actual one, the greatest athlete of all time, not football player, not basketball player, none of the greatest athlete of all time. Talk about who some of our favorite contenders are at the top of that list. We got that coming up for you next here on Dylan and Ross Say Sports, Full Press Coverage, Full Press Radio Network. Boop.
Ross, how about we go ahead and do it, Ross?
Is there one?
Let's see.
This is all our bonus time, by the way. 3 minutes of ads over on the audio on the radio. So now we're just bonus time here on video. So what's up? Thanks for hanging out.
Man, this one is disrespectful.
Oh no.
They're all gonna be. They're probably all gonna be disrespectful, right? Maybe over here. There's not a good one. Dang. You hate to see it, Ross. I wanted to do a tier list or a bracket fight of athletes.
Yeah, that would have been great.
How is there not one? And of course, the one there is. It's only football, basketball, and baseball players.
Gross. Still going over there. That would have been great if we would have had a bracket or something, but it's okay. We could just talk through it. Like, I want to get your top three goats. That's what I want. I think we're gonna have literally almost the exact same list. I could see us each having. I could see one difference.
But I don't even think it's gonna happen. I don't even think that's gonna happen.
Oh, really?
No.
In fact, actually, that's it. That should be our poll. Once we name our three goats, if we happen to have one different that gives us 4, we can tweet out the poll for those 4 and have people vote on who they think their goats are.
Mm-hmm.
I also keep thinking it's Friday and it's Thursday. So I've been avoiding saying the day of the week throughout the entire episode so far.
Oh, dang.
We should find out.
Yeah, look. And
all right, I got about 10 seconds. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. All right, everybody. We are back. Dylan and Ross Save Sports, Full Press Coverage, Full Press Radio Network. Whether you're watching us live, listening to us live, or listening to us later, we appreciate you very much for joining us here on today's episode. It's part of Full Press Radio, Full Press Coverage. Dylan, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Who do you think are the 3 greatest athletes of all time?
I think that there are 3 people.
Uh-huh.
There are 3 people. There are 2 people that there is no conversation that I'm willing to have that are not the greatest of all time. And that is Serena Williams and Michael Phelps.
Okay.
Those are my 2.
All right.
And then there's a third I'll throw out there, Usain Bolt.
Oh, Usain Bolt's a really good one. We actually have a couple of different ones on this list.
Oh, all right. Let's see.
Well, not necessarily. Okay, so
should we do Mount Rushmores?
Yeah, we do top 4. Yeah,
that's
top
4.
4. That's great.
All right.
So you got Serena, Michael Phelps, Usain Bolt.
Yeah.
And then who's your other?
My fourth?
Uh-huh.
This is where it gets interesting.
Okay.
I think this is where a lot of people are going to have a lot of differences.
Okay.
Are we we're going by the verbiage athlete, right?
Yes, and there, I still think that there are some sports that we do have to like extend that definition a little bit, though. Like, I'm not talking about like.
Well, there are some sports where I would have a certain player over there and as the best blank player of all time, but there's a different best athlete who played that sport.
Right.
That's where the difference is for me. But at 4th, I'm putting LeBron James.
Okay. All right.
Because I think Michael Jordan's the best basketball player of all time, but LeBron James is the greatest athlete in basketball history.
That's a very interesting way to look at it. Okay, yeah, I feel you on that for sure.
So my 4, Serena Williams, Michael Phelps, Usain Bolt, and LeBron James. That's my 4.
Okay. All right, here's my list. Serena Williams.
Okay.
Undisputed number 1 for me.
Yeah, GOAT.
There's absolutely no doubt about it. Undisputed number 1 for me.
GOAT. 73 titles. Oh.
Yeah, 73 like career titles, and then 23 of them singles majors. One short of the most all time while playing in the modern era of tennis.
You want to know what's crazy,
includes
Ross?
People like Naomi Osaka, who's incredible.
you want to know something crazy, Ross, that I noticed? Career losses.
Mm-hmm.
Serena Williams has just like 13 more than Naomi Osaka in career losses.
Isn't that wild?
It's crazy.
In a career in which she has won a major title in 4 different decades. The 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and 2020s.
Also, once while pregnant.
Yep. 8 weeks. And then came back and then won another one. Not a major, but still won another one after having a nearly fatal delivery. Came back and still won a championship.
Goat.
She's
Goat.
Oh, and by the way, also 4 gold medals in the Olympics as well.
Goat status.
Goat status. Doing all of that, by the way, battling all the things that she battled. I'll just say it that way.
Yes.
So Serena Williams. Number 2 for me, and this might be where like the extended conversation of athlete might have to take place. Tiger Woods.
That's a good one.
For me is number 2. Do we accept Tiger Woods as an athlete?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
And then 3 and 4 interchangeable for me. And I love this part. 3 and 4 interchangeable for me. So, but next I'll say Michael Phelps because we agree on Michael Phelps.
Yes.
Particularly in terms of like no question, absolute athlete. Number 4, Simone Biles.
That's a good one. Shout out to Simone Biles.
I was a little shook by both you and Sean Militello, who also brought up Usain Bolt, because Usain Bolt, I think, is a very, very good pick. I think he's a very, very good pick. But if we're building the... Oh, go ahead.
I was saying, in my research, I need to look more into this person because I have never heard of her before, but now I want to know so much about her. So her name is Babe Zaharias. Have you ever heard of this woman?
Uh-huh. Oh, no, I haven't heard, but yes.
Okay. She did it all. She was a basketball player. As a basketball player, Babe was an All-American and led her AAU team to a national championship.
Okay.
As an Olympian, she won gold in the 80 hurdle, the javelin throw, and a silver in the high jump. As a golfer, she won 10 LGPA major championships and was inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame. Babe was also a skilled diver, bowler, and roller skater, but she wasn't only a do-it-all athlete. Entertainment was her calling. She released multiple singles under Mercury Records and was an actress. She was also a fair state sewing champion. A state fair sewing champion.
Babe, what's going on? Dang, this is why I laugh. This is why I laugh when people tell students that they need to like pick a lane. No, just dominate every lane you're in.
I'm all for this woman. I've never heard. She might go into.
She might have to go into the Rushmore. Babe Zahari, you said?
Zaharias.
Okay.
I think that's how you say it.
Wow, that's incredible. TK's like, wow, for real. Jeez. Babe Zaharias. You see, come for the jokes, stay for Babe Zaharias. That's incredible. That's what I'm saying. Do not pick a lane. Dominate every lane you're in.
Yeah.
That's the real way to go about it.
2 of them in the same Summer Olympics, by the way. She won 2 gold medals in the 1932 Summer Olympics.
Jeez.
Man. I'm all for it.
That's wild. You know what's really crazy? And one of the reasons why I always put Simone Biles on this list for me.
Uh-huh.
So 25 medals at World Championships, right? More than any other gymnast, male or female. Also got 19 golds, which is also a world record.
She pitched 1 inning in a Major League Baseball spring training exhibition game against the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Babe Zaharias did?
Yes. And she gave up 1 walk and no hits.
And pitched an entire inning?
Yes. Wow. And then she pitched the first inning of a Major League Baseball exhibition game for the St. Louis Cardinals against the Boston Red Sox.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Shout out Babe Zaharias.
Yeah.
TK, multiple sports is key to long-term growth, for real. For real. You never stop growing if you learn something new every day and try a new sport every I don't even want to say season, every month it sounds like for Babe Zaharias out here. But here's one of the reasons why I always put Simone Biles on this list. Look at all those other things, right? 19 golds at Worlds record, 25 medals at World Champions record for any male or female gymnast. Has not lost an all-around competition, a single all-around competition since 2013. Hasn't lost since 2013. Simone Biles is otherworldly. There was this other thing to where like she apparently got penalized for doing something that like the judges believe that no one else could do. Or some kind of weird thing like that. Simone Biles penalized for having skills other gymnasts can't pull off is the USA Today article. So in an effort to deter other gymnasts from trying skills that they're not physically capable of doing, the International Gymnastics Association or Federation, watered down the value of a new element Biles plans to do in the World Championship. That's right. Penalize the reigning world and Olympic champion who is almost cautious when it comes to adding difficulty for potential recklessness of others. So because they didn't feel like anyone else could do what Simone Biles was going to try to do, they deterred her from doing it in favor of the other ones. Dumb. Exactly as TK says. Dumb. However, shout out to Simone Biles for literally being so good at her sport that they wouldn't even let her do it.
Yeah.
They wouldn't even let her do it. It's incredible. And when it comes to Tiger, Serena, and Simone, all three of them, the people that come after them are vastly different than the people that came before them in the sport. And I'm not just talking about opening up certain sports and things like that for Black folks and for non-white folks and for women. I'm talking about that when they came into their sport, everyone after them had to evolve in order to get there. That's how you got a Naomi Osaka. That's how you get some of these folks that have followed some of these other some of these people that were absolutely dominant in their respective fields because they had to evolve in order to keep pace. Or the Olympic Federation had to cease evolution. One of the two.
Sports writer Grantland Rice said about Babe Didrikson. I'm still just reading about Babe.
You're in on it.
She is quoted by ESPN. She is beyond all belief until you see her perform. Then you finally understand that you are looking at the most flawless section of muscle harmony, of complete mental and physical coordination the world of sport has ever seen.
Wow.
There's a 1975 film titled Babe about her life that won an Emmy.
Of course it did.
and Ross, not only did it win an Emmy, the main actress that played her and the main actress that played George Zakaris, I assume a relative husband. I don't know the relation.
Sure.
The two actors in that movie, husband later got married.
Of course they did.
So everything that is about this woman turned to gold.
I think we finally made good on the name of this show. I think we finally found a way to save sports, and it's more Babe Didrikson Zachariases in the world. Yeah, that's the way to save sports. This is incredible. Everything about this person won something. How good do you have to be to pave the way for people to simply be around you and win? Like, are we about to win an award for talking about? Should we change the name of this? Should we start a Babe Zacharias podcast?
Maybe.
And then become an award-winning podcast just for having been generally involved in her career.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. Man. Wild. So you added Usain Bolt and LeBron James, and your reasoning for LeBron James was like best athlete ever to play in basketball, not necessarily the best player to play basketball. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Man.
You are just
I'm in.
stuck in Babeland.
I'm stuck in Babeland.
That could have meant something completely different up until now, right? Like, oh yeah, I'm
So
I'm stuck in Babeland.
in 1953, Zaharias was diagnosed with colon cancer.
Okay.
After undergoing surgery, she made a comeback in 1954 and won her 10th and final major in the U.S. Women's Open Championship.
A year later.
Yeah. And then a year later, the cancer came back and unfortunately took her life. But within the year...
What an incredible life.
Yeah. And within the year of her getting it, fighting back from it, and then it coming back and taking her, she won a women's PGA Open champion. What is going on?
This is wild. TK, it should be a 30 for 30. You're absolutely right. We might have to do like a podcast documentary on Babe Zaharias because this is incredible.
Absolutely be a 30 for 30.
That's incredible. And I'll bet that doctor that helped her with beating the cancer the first time probably won an award. Probably won an award somewhere.
During her final years, Didrikson became known not only for her athletic abilities, but as a public advocate for cancer awareness at a time when many Americans refused to seek diagnosis or treatment for suspected cancer. She used her fame to raise funds for her cancer fund, but also as a spokesperson for the American Cancer Society. Her work in this area was honored by U.S. President Dwight Eisenhower on a visit to the White House. Ross is in awe.
Come on.
As am I.
Come on.
How does this person exist and I'm just now finding about it? I hate men.
Wild. That is incredible.
Yeah.
Holy crap. That's amazing. That's amazing. Born in Port Arthur, Texas.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Man,
Ross, I'm gonna be taking a trip to Beaumont, Texas, because there's a Babe Didrikson Zaharias museum.
Has to be. She also wrote a book.
Yeah.
Called "This Life I've Led: My Autobiography."
In 1981, the U.S. Postal Service issued an 18-cent stamp commemorating Zaharias. Got her own stamp.
Got her own stamp. She met the president. She won mad medals. She won mad championships.
Uh-huh.
Somebody made a movie about her. They won an Emmy. The two people that performed as her and her husband got married. Everyone's winning around Babe.
Everyone.
That's incredible.
And she received the Presidential Medal of Freedom this year.
Oh my gosh. What did you do today?
Learned about Babe.
Man. And she passed at age, what, 50
45.
45.
She did all of this and passed away at age 45.
I have 14 years to catch up.
Ross, I gotta be real. You're probably not gonna.
It's not happening.
Imagine if we got a full life of Babe.
Imagine 80 years of Babe, what she would have done in her 70s.
Man, crazy.
That's nuts. I like TK's. TK's comment. Full press. Damn, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh man. Jeez.
She acquired the nickname Babe after Babe Ruth upon hitting 5 home runs in a childhood baseball game.
Oh man. Yeah, for real. We should just do it here. Oh wow, that's incredible. Okay, Babe Zaharias is going on the I can't bump Serena Tiger Phelps or Biles.
Oh, get out of here,
But-
Braun. Get out of here,
Get
Braun.
out of here. Babe deserves a spot on one of these.
Yeah. Get out of here, Braun.
That's so funny. I could probably bump Phelps, maybe. I could bump Phelps or Tiger. I'm not bumping Biles.
No.
And Serena's the undisputed GOAT.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's incredible. You know what I love about these two lists? No.
Wait.
Except for when LeBron was on your list.
Wait.
None.
So in track and field AAU, representing her company in the 1932 AAU championship, she competed in 8 out of 10 events, winning 5 outright and tying for first in a 6th. Didrikson's performances were enough to win the team championship, despite Babe being the only person on her team.
Come on. Come on. I have to go to the gym or something. I don't know. I have to work harder.
I gotta do something.
I have to work harder. I can't sit here all day and not put in a ton of work anymore. I can't. What would Babe do?
What would Babe do?
WWBD. What would Babe do? Wow. Dominate every lane you're in. That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible. The thing that I love about this list is that
she did something, Ross. We found a chink in the armor.
Okay.
She was not that great of a student.
I love the idea that like she's done all of this, but then you put like chemistry in front of her and she's like, nah, damn that. Damn that.
And honestly, Ross, it makes me feel way better about myself.
For real.
Maybe we got a chance because neither of us were good students.
Nope. That's amazing. Jeez.
Man.
That's absolutely incredible. That is GOAT talk. That is GOAT status. That is 100% GOAT status.
Man, I'm so happy that we had this conversation, Ross.
Oh my goodness. Thank you for tuning into today's episode of Full Press Babe Zaharias. Jesus. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. Well, there we go. Let me see if I can get this point in real quick. The thing that I love about both of these lists is that with the exception of when LeBron was on yours before he was bumped for Babe, rightfully so, all of these people are individual performers, not folks from team sports.
Yeah.
Which I think is a very, very important part of this equation. Is like, yes, Tom Brady has won 7 Super Bowls, but he relied on 10 other people around him on the offensive side to do that, and 11 people on the defensive side to do that, and another unit of special teamers to do it. These are all people: Serena, Michael Phelps, Tiger Woods, Usain Bolt, Babe Zaharias, Simone Biles, that have massively dominated as individual performers. Yes, some of them play doubles and some of these other things. Yes, I know that there are examples, but there is no greater example of the individual effort of this list than Babe Zaharias, who won enough medals in a competition to win for her team, despite being the only person on that team.
Yeah.
Insane. Well, I don't know where to go from here. I don't know how to top that.
I don't think we can, Ross. Should we just end early? Should you like?
No. You know why? Because Babe wouldn't.
Babe wouldn't end early.
Babe wouldn't. Babe would make this the best 5 minutes.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Ross. I'm listening to her best selling song right now. And it's a bop.
It's a bop.
It's a bop.
What kind of music did she do?
I could only describe it as 1960s music. 1950s music.
Is it like swing? Is it like this is pre-disco era?
Yeah.
So this is like maybe swing, maybe a little bit of blues.
Yeah, a little bit more. I don't know how to describe it, Ross.
All right. Well, whatever it is, I'm sure it's the greatest 3.5 minutes ever created.
Yeah. It's a song by her and featuring Betty Dodd, who is another golfer.
That's awesome.
Of course.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'd say it's probably swing.
Swing. Yeah, that's great. Big time Renaissance person. Babe Zaharias. Like the definition of Renaissance person. That's incredible. That's amazing. Well, I'm going to go buy a set of golf clubs, tennis racket, football, baseball bat, basketball goal, baseball glove, pool cue, pool table. I'm going to just go buy a bunch of stuff and try to get as good as I can at every activity I can figure out. That's how I'm going to spend the rest of my day. That's not true. I'm going to spend the rest of my day eating a hamburger, probably. One hamburger for the rest of the day. Yeah.
Should I buy a Babe Zaharias vinyl?
Golf. Yeah, there you go. Got to go play golf. I have to go do it all. You should. And you should see if you can find a Babe Zaharias hat somewhere.
Oh, man. If not, I will make a Babe Zaharias hat.
But you should 100% buy a Babe Zaharias vinyl.
Hat. Babe Zaharias hat.
Babe Zaharias.
Babe Zaharias Memorial Golf Store. I can get. Okay, yeah, no, yes.
Did you just say she has a memorial golf store?
Golf course.
Golf course?
Yes.
Jesus. Which means that there is a Babe Zaharias memorial golf shop then, because it would be at the golf course.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. And let's round out and pick a hat that I should buy, because I will absolutely buy a hat.
You should also do the vinyl later too.
Yes, I will. I'm gonna do both.
I cannot wait to see you pop up with this hat eventually. All right, so are all of these memorial hats, or are only some of them?
These are all hats from the golf course.
Okay, I like
this one.
I like that one. That one feels classy.
Yeah.
That's different.
That's not.
It's not the hat you clicked on at all. I liked it with just the text. That's classic.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
Nope. Well, then I like the one on the left better than the one on the right.
Yeah. All right.
I guess that's what you want. Unless you want the gray one, that's just the text at the bottom.
No, I don't like flat bill.
Oh, it's a flat bill. No, never mind.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
I wanted one that, yeah. I just wanted this. I like this.
That one's classy. I like that one.
I mean, I guess this is fine.
That's
it's just bad. If it's gonna have her golf course's logo on it, that's not terrible.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
There you go. There's your hat.
Boom.
Outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. All right. Well, that's going to wrap up today's show. What an incredible story we stumbled upon. Babe Zaharias. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming through and enjoying today's episode. Dylan and Ross Save Sports with us. We certainly had a blast. Thank you all those of you who participated in the chat as well. TK, Sean, thank you very much for coming through for today's episode. We'll be back tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern time for more and covering and looking at even more. And so we have a ton to go through as we get closer and continue to go on throughout the offseason, and we'll keep you up to date on anything else we learn about Babes Zaharias on Dylan and Ross Save Sports. You got anything else, Dylan, before we wrap up?
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Thank you very much for being here with us. We'll see you tomorrow.